I would like to start by the great name of Allah, who is the most merciful and the most beneficent. Uh, First of all, Assalamu alaikum. And today, our topic for presentation or for class is present continuous tense. Today, we'll talk about present continuous tense, but it's our first topic. So, before going to present continuous tense, we must go for the tense. We have to understand what is tense first. So we will go first of all for, let me share my screen first of all, then we will, I'll explain the definition of tense first. Okay, first of all, we have discussed about tense, like what is tense. So tense is actually derived. Okay, so what is tense? Tense is derived from Latin word tempus, which means time. Tense is actually not specifically, it's not an English word, it is derived. Derived means taken. It is taken from Latin word. Latin, you all know that it is the name of our language. Most of the words and most of the subject has been taken from a Latin language. So this is derived from Latin word. And in Latin, the word tempus was used for tense, which means time in English. In English, it has been changed to time. You already know that time, the people are thinking about the time of a wall clock, like suppose 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, like we're talking morning, afternoon, evening. We are not talking about that. We are talking about time according to tense, which has been divided into three: past, present, and future. First of all, we will talk about present. So present mean now, the time in which we are. Like I'm talking about, so that is called present. Now, whenever you are talking about past, so past means before now. Mean that whatever I'm talking about, so it is going to the past, and we can call it before now. Like my every point is going to the past, my every word is going to the past. Maybe that is a recent past, maybe that is an old past, but past is past. Whatever which is going out of my mouth, that second which is past, it is going to the past. Future, future mean after now, mean every time which is coming, everything which is coming after seconds, and after hour, that is come future. So mean that first of all, tense we discussed that it is derived from Latin word tempus, which means time, and time has been divided into three. Which first of all, present mean now, past mean before now, and future mean after now. Then we have aspect of tenses. Then every tense has been divided into four, but according to modern English, it has been divided into six. Like suppose some of the people say there are 12 tenses. There are like tenses are not 12. Tenses are only three. Like the time has been divided into three, like past, present, and future. But then every time has been divided into some other aspects. Like we are talking about that every time has generally we call it six, but according to modern English, there are six aspects of every tense. Like suppose we have present, so present had been divided into six. Like first of all, we can see that be present. Be present. Be present is not like there are six be tenses which we call be present perfect. Like in the past, we also have to be past and be past perfect. In the future, we also have to be future and be future perfect. These are not some new tenses. These are the parts of some tenses. Like be present tense is the part of a present continuous tense, and be present perfect is the part of present perfect continuous tense. So there is not something new. They have divided into they have divided present continuous into two and present perfect continuous into two, just for the sake of the student to understand it clearly. Like sometimes we are teaching something in a together. So I mean that if you are discussing something together, so it's become burden for the student and they cannot understand it at once. So then we divide the topics into groups. So when you are discussing them gradually, when you are teaching them one by one, so the student can understand it easily. So that's why I mean that the present continuous and present perfect continuous were a little lengthy tenses. So they have been divided into two parts. They have developed a new tense from it, which is called be present tense, which is the part of present continuous tense, and they have made the part of present perfect continuous tense, which is called be present perfect tense. Then we are coming to simple present tense and present continuous tense, present perfect, and present perfect continuous tense. So in every tense, like present, past, and future, mean that two are extra. Be tenses are added into it. Like we have for the past. So in the past, we also have be past perfect. So same as the case with them also, the be past perfect is the part of past continuous and be past perfect is the part of past perfect continuous tense. Then we have simple past, past continuous and past perfect continuous. So these are also six tenses. Actually, two of them are called be tenses, which are not new. Again, I'm repeating, which are the part of some old tenses, but they have divided those old tenses into two parts to make it easy for the student to understand. We are going to for the next one, future. So future also have six, like six aspects. First of all, be future perfect. So same as the case with them also, be future is the part of future continuous and be future perfect is the part of future perfect continuous. Then we have simple future, future continuous, future perfect, perfect continuous. So every aspect, every tense has been divided into six aspects. Like present has six aspects, past has six aspects, and future has six aspects. And these six are new, which we call be future tenses. We call them be tenses actually. Two of them are in present, two of them are in past, two of them are in future. We will discuss them gradually. We will discuss them one by one. First of all, we will go for the present continuous tense. Let me share my screen first. Okay, first of all, we will go for the present continuous tense. If you want to understand any tense, so for that you need to understand first of all definition. Definition is very important for us. Definition tell us why do we use a tense. If you don't know why do we use a tense, so it's a very serious problem for us. We cannot use the tense properly, appropriately. We will do the wrong use of a tense. So to know that why do we use a tense, that is very important. So definition tells us why do we use a tense. Like in Urdu, we learn the translation of that, like we learn raha hai, rahi hai, etc. So I will not tell you about in Urdu. I will tell you the English definition. English definition is more successful and more fruitful than Urdu meaning, like translation, like raha hai, rahi hai. So that's why we'll go for the English definition first, and then we will go for the structure. But if you want to learn anything, so two things are important, as you told you. First of all, definition, and second, we have structure. Structure tell us that how to make a sentence, how to use a tense. Definition tell us why do we use a tense. Structure tell us how do we use a tense. So if you understand both of them, so you will be able to use a tense properly. If you do not understand the definition, so you will have the wrong use of a tense. And if you do not understand the structure, so you will have the wrong sentences and you will not be able to make sentence and tense properly. First of all, we have to go for the definition. Present continuous tense, it has three definitions, but meaning is same. First of all, it shows an action which is happening right now. Mean present continuous tense shows an action. Action means movement. We are performing different action in our daily life. Like suppose I'm teaching English right now. That is my teaching is my action. For example, students, you are learning, so learning is your action. Some of the students are driving, riding a bike, and walking, playing cricket, watching TV, etc. All these are actions. There are many different actions which the people perform. So whenever you are talking about an action, which is happening right now, which is happening right now, which is going on right now, which is continuous right now. Right now mean at this on the spot or at this very moment. So whenever you are talking about an action which is continuous right now, which is going on at this point in time, so we use present continuous tense for that. For example, at this point in time, my action is continuous. What? I'm teaching present continuous. So my action is continuous. That's why I'm using present continuous tense. I'm teaching present continuous. I'm teaching. You people, your action is continuous at this point in time. What? You are learning. Like, for example, I can say here that I am writing. So my action is continuous. My action is going on. So whenever you are talking about any action which is continuous, which is going on right now, so for that we are using present continuous tense. Second definition, it shows an action which is going on during the speaking of speaker. It shows an action which is going on. Going on mean again continuous. during the speaking of speaker. During mean at the time of the speaker speaking. Speaker is actually a person who is speaking, and when at the time of the speaker speaking, the action is continuous. Maybe that is the action of a speaker's own, and maybe that is the action of somebody else. But then at the time of the speaking, the action is going on. So for that, we are also using present continuous tense. For example, I say I'm teaching English. So I'm teaching English at at the time I'm a speaker. Actually, I'm speaking about my action, and at the time of my speaking, my action is going on. So that's why I'm using present continuous tense, that I am teaching English. Like your action is also going on, you are learning English. So at the time of a speaker, I'm a speaker, I'm speaking, I'm talking about your action. So at the time of my speaking, at the time of a speaker speaking, your action is going on, you are learning English. Like I say here, the students are talking to each other. So the students are talking to each other at this point in time. Me, I'm talking about the action of some other people, some students, and their action is continuing. Their action is going on during my speaking, at the time of my speaking. Like I say here, the birds are chirping, are chirping. So what here? The birds are chirping, are chirping. So I'm talking about the action of the birds. At this point in time, the action of a bird is continuous. I'm the speaker and I'm talking about their action, and their action is continuous right now. So whenever you are talking about an action which is going on during the speaking of the speaker, so for that we are also using present continuous. Definition, like third we have, it shows an incomplete action. Incomplete action mean which is incomplete. Any action which is continuous, so definitely it is going to be incomplete as well, because it is continuous. Like I'm teaching English, so I am teaching English, it means I'm teaching present continuous tense. So half of the part of present continuous I have taught, and half of the part is remaining. I am in the middle of my action. My action is not completed yet. My action is incomplete. Like you are learning present continuous tense. So at this point in time, your action is also incomplete. You are learning. So you have learned the definition, but you didn't learn the structure of present continuous tense right now. So what? At this point in time, your action is incomplete. Like our class is going on, so our class is incomplete at this time. Our class is continuous. I'm taking my class. So what? Whenever you are talking about an action which is happening right now, which is going on during the speaking of speaker, are incomplete. So for that we are using present continuous. Three definitions, but all three definitions have the same meaning, that it is used for continuous action and it is used for the incomplete action. Continuous action are always incomplete. Example, I also have written, Ali is watching TV right now. They're dancing at the party and I'm teaching English. We'll go for the next structure. First of all, we'll go for the structure. Structure is the second important point for the tense learning. The first point was definition. Definition, as we told you, definition is used. That why do we use the tense? Now we learned that why do we use present continuous tense. The definition was there, that it is used to talk about incomplete action. It is used to talk about an action which is going on during the speaking of speaker, and it shows an action which is happening right now. So three definitions which shows us the use of present continuous tense. We are coming to structure. Now by the help of a structure, we will learn how to make present continuous tense sentences. Like first of all, you will use subject. In the sentence, we have already discussed subject. Second, be. Be mean helping verb, like is, mr, we call them present be. Then we have, after be verb, we will use first form of verb, and first form of verb will be followed by ing, and plus complement. Complement means completion of the sentence. Like we call it object as well. We can see the example, Ali is singing a song. You can see Ali is the subject of this sentence. With Ali, we use here be verb, which is, because the singular name, we will use is. First form of verb, we add sing, and with sing, we add ing, singing, and complement a song. So negative structure. In the negative structure, we are going to add not after be verb. Like subject, like then we have be, then after that we are going to add not, and then first form verb with ing plus complement. There is no big difference between affirmative and negative structure. The only change is there, that only addition is there, that only insertion is there, that you will only insert not after be verb in a negative sentence. Like we have, you can see the structure. We have copied the same structure except one insertion. We only insert not after the verb. Like we can see that we have copied the subject, like we have copied be, then we add not, and again we have copied first form for with ing and plus complement. Now any other changes are there, only you will add not after the verb. Like as example also we says Ali, then we have he is, then we add not, then we add first form verb sing with ing singing and complement a song. Like we say Ali is not singing a song. Then we have interrogative structure. Interrogative means question. In the question, you will change the place of subject with be verb. Like be will come first to the place of the subject and subject will go back to the place of be. You can see here, be is first, then we have subject. Then we have plus form verb with ing plus complement plus sign of interrogation. Now any other changes also there in interrogative structure. We can also make interrogative structure by the help of affirmative structure. This point is clear when you learn affirmative structure, so you can make the negative and interrogative structure very easily. Like we have here interrogative structure. In interrogative structure, we change the place of be and subject to each other. We bring the be to the start of a sentence and subject go back. Then the same sentence we have copied. Like first of all be, then subject, then first form for with ing plus complement. Before we said Ali is singing a song, Ali is. Now we will say is Ali. The rest of the sentence is same. Is Ali singing a song? So then we have short affirmative answer, short positive answer. Yes, he is. Yes, we add, then after yes, you will add comma in the writing positions. Now need to, there is no thing in speaking. In the writing, you will put comma there. After that, we add he according to the subject. Subject is singular name of male. So instead of singular name of male, we use he, and it will be he will be followed by is. So we add is. This is the short affirmative answer. After that, full stop is he is. Short negative answer. Now, after now, you will add also comma he according to subject we added, then is, and at the end not. Negative sentence will end with a not, and then a full stop. This is simple affirmative, negative, interrogative structure, and short affirmative answer, short negative answer. Then we have negative interrogative, formal, and negative interrogative, informal. In negative interrogative, we have two. Formal mean polite, which is useful, and informal mean which is not polite, impolite. Like both of the ways are correct. We can follow the formal way, we can follow the informal way. Negative interrogative we make from the negative. And then we also change the position of be and subject. Be come first and subject go back. Like we have be first, then subject back, then not will come on its own place, first form verb with ing plus complement. Like is Ali not singing a song? Because we make this sentence, this interrogative from negative, that's why not is there. Because if you remove not from it, so then it will not be negative interrogative, it will be only interrogative. And negative interrogative, not is very important after subject. Like we say, is Ali not singing a song? It also has short affirmative answer, yes he is. Short negative answer, no he isn't. Negative interrogative informal, and negative interrogative informal, you will pick up the be. Also, you will pick not along be, and you will bring it to the beginning of a sentence. And the negative interrogative formal, you will only bring be to the start of a structure. But in negative interrogative informal, you will bring be as well as not with along with it to the start of a structure. Like you can see on the screen, we have be plus not plus first form, be plus not plus subject plus first form for with ing plus complement plus sign of interrogation. We always use the short form of it. Is not, short form is isn't. Isn't Ali singing a song? Short affirmative answer, yes he is. Short negative answer, no he isn't. This is the structure. Now we are coming to short of personal pronoun, mean what we have to be used. So subject pronoun or subject with a singular name, he, she, it, I, you, we, they, and plural name. In be, you will use is, and with I you will use am, and with a plural name we, you, they, you will use are. After that, they are followed by first form of word, and then we add ing with it. Like we say, Ali is reading a book, he is watching TV, it is flying very high. Go on. Please. Okay. Sorry, student. Some students arrived, so that's why I mean that I start discussion with him because they want to get some information, and there was nobody at the office. So I'm sorry for that. Let me start again. That subject pronoun, as you told you, Ali, he, she, it, I, you, we, they. We will use with singular name he should we will use is, with I am, with you, with they. You will use plural name, you will use are. Then we have contraction. Contraction means the short form which we are using with a we. Like usually in a spoken, also in written, we use short form. So the short form of he is he, and in writing we write apostrophe and then s, which we pronounce as he's. Like we have she is, so the short form of she is she, then apostrophe, then s, which we pronounce as she is, she's. Like we say it is, so it short form is apostrophe it apostrophe s, it's. I apostrophe m, which is called am. Your short form is you apostrophe re, your. We are we apostrophe re, which we pronounce as a we're. And they are short form is they apostrophe re, their. With the negative, is not short form is isn apostrophe d, which is pronounced as a isn't. And I am not short form is iain apostrophe t, which is pronounced as and are not n apostrophe t, which is pronounced as a aren't. That is today our class all about. That is all about present continuous tense and about tense, which we have discussed. Thank you, and that's all about my presentation today. Thank you so much, and Allah Hafiz.